guys! In this video, I'm going to share with you 14 ways that you can improve your physical and mental performance and avoid burnout. I don't know about you guys, but this is a super exciting topic for me because I've always wanted to see what I'm like at my full potential. I don't know, I'm curious. But I feel like I always get to the point where I'm battling burnout, so I thought that there had to be an easier way. There's so many people who came before us and reached their full potential while overcoming burnout or avoiding it altogether. So I had to find out how they were doing it. So I started reading books talking about techniques proven by science that help improve performance and the experiences of high performers themselves. So in this video, I'm going to share those techniques with you. Number 1 is state your purpose. Make sure that whatever it is you're wanting to accomplish is clear and addresses your core values and reasons for doing what you're doing. So for example, my purpose is to incrementally increase the quality of my life, give 100% in whatever I do so that I can reach my full potential and also inspire at least one other person to do the same. I also have a second purpose, which is to build generational wealth through financial education so that I can be a good financial role model to my own kids and also financially take care of my mom and stepdad for the rest of their lives. I like to establish a purpose that is serving more than just myself because I feel like it's more fulfilling and more motivating, and so does science. Also, it's kind of selfless but also selfish, but I'll let you take that in the comments section. So your purpose doesn't have to be that deep. When I was in my early 20s, my sole purpose was to just graduate college. Our purpose will change over time, so it's okay if your purpose right now is just to read one book a month so that you can be better at your job or better in social situations. The important thing here is that you have a clear mission that you're working towards because it'll help you better implement the next 13 tips. Number 2, identify what habits that support your purpose. If you want to improve in any area of your life, identify as someone who excels in that area first, and then ask yourself what type of habits would that person embody. Our identity is tied to our habits because who we are is what we do repeatedly on a daily basis. So decide who you want to identify as, and your habits will start to align with that version of yourself. For example, I wanted to improve my overall performance, so I found out what daily habits were common amongst peak performers, both physical and mental, so that I can apply those same habits to my own life. All 14 of these tips that I'm sharing with you are habits that you can implement into your own life, and it'll help you perform better at work, school, the gym, at home, or any area of your life that you apply it to. It takes 66 days to make a habit stick. So, It takes 66 days to make a habit stick, and if you're trying to get rid of a bad habit, just focus on replacing it with a new one and avoid spending time in tempting situations altogether. Side note, when you get to day 23 of making a new habit and you feel like you're getting nowhere, remember that Robin Sharma said that all change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. Number 3, don't give energy to things that don't support your purpose. We only have so much brain power to use up in a given day, so use your energy on things that most support your growth or purpose. Make it a habit to stop before doing anything and ask yourself, does this align with my purpose and my new identity? And if it does not, get rid of it. Something I like to do every morning is to think about the one thing I can do today to get me just 1% closer to the best version of myself. Number 4, avoid decision fatigue. We make hundreds of little decisions every day that uses up our limited brain power, and we can put some of these decisions on autopilot so that we can use our energy on things that get us closer to accomplishing our purpose. Decisions like when to wake up, what to do in the morning, what to wear, when to work out, what to have for lunch, all those things can be decided either the night before or planned out once a week so that you can avoid thinking about it every single day and using up your limited brain power. The important thing here is to eliminate as many little daily decisions as possible by pre-planning them or automating them so that you can use most of your energy on a daily basis towards the more demanding tasks. Number 5, determine your chronotype. So once upon a time, there were only 2 chronotypes, a morning lark and a night owl. But now it turns out there are actually 4 chronotypes. There's a lion, there's a bear, there's a wolf, and there's a dolphin. 55% of the population are actually bears, and the other 3 chronotypes are 15% each. So why is this important? Because our chronotype tells us our body's natural peak performance times throughout the day. Our chronotype tells us a lot of other cool stuff too, but that's for another video. Every person's chronotype is different, so some people perform better in the mornings, some in the afternoons, and some in the evenings. I took the chronotype quiz recently, and it did confirm that I'm an early bear, possibly transitioning to a lion, and I will link the quiz in the description below as well as the chronotype chart so you can check it out yourself. And don't forget to let me know in the comment section which chronotype you are. Number 6, create a routine with your chronotype in mind. Schedule your most demanding task at times when you feel the most naturally energetic, and schedule the less demanding task during periods of time where your energy is just dropping. This way you'll use your energy the most effectively throughout the day and avoid burnout from forcing your body and brain to just do things on a time schedule that doesn't align with your chronotype. Number 7, get the body moving and sweating. We all know that exercise is really good for our body, but it's also beneficial for our mental health. It increases our brain cells, it improves our mood, and it improves our ability to learn new things. It also has a huge impact on our mental energy, our focus, and our willpower. Number 8, take advantage of visual cues. Keep your work area sacred to only work, and make it a great place to get work done by carefully choosing the visuals on the wall and keeping it clean. If you work in different places, try to establish a pre-work warm-up routine like a breathing exercise or a stretch, or listening to a playlist that's dedicated to only while you work. This way, when we walk into our work area or we practice our warm-up routine, the only cue our brain receives is to get to work. Number 9, single task. If you're an avid multitasker like myself, hear me out. I know we feel like we're getting a lot more done when we're multitasking, but in actuality, we're not. When we're multitasking, our brain's actually switching between one task and another, but it can only focus on one at a time. So every time it has to switch from one task to another task, we're actually wasting time switching between tasks, and our quality of work can actually suffer. So when we think we're multitasking and getting more done, we're actually working harder but not smarter. Science shows that when we put all of our focus into one single task at a time, we actually get higher quality of work done in less time. So if you want to be more productive and less busy, stop multitasking immediately and become a single tasker. Number 10, work in deep focus cycles. The most effective way to keep our brain fresh while we work is to work in deep focus cycles of about 90 minutes, followed by a 10 to 20 minute break. Decide beforehand on what task you want to work on in that 90-minute cycle, and then deeply focus on that task. Side note, your focus period can be anything less than 2 hours without rest if you feel like 90 minutes is too long or your task requires a lot less time. Number 11, rest effectively. Rest is probably the most undervalued and underpracticed item on this list, which is unfortunate because it happens to be one of the most powerful ways that you can improve performance and avoid burnout at the same time. So that's why I decided to take the time to share with you some effective ways that you can rest so you can get the most out of your rest periods. Between deep focus periods, take a 6-minute walk around your house or office or park. Do a 5-minute breathing exercise or mindful meditation. Look at pictures of nature so that it'll help your mind relax and recover. Take at least one day a week to completely let your mind and body rest and recover before the next week ahead. And if you regularly go through weeks or months of high intensity work, try to plan a vacation or longer intervals of rest after those periods. Number 12, get enough sleep regularly. While we sleep, our muscles grow and recover, and our brain processes information from the previous day and decides how to store it as memories. And it turns out, most of the world has sleep problems or sleep disorders due to not getting enough sleep. Studies show that some of the most important work that our brain does while we sleep happens towards the end of our sleep cycle. So when we cut that cycle short, it can lead to a lot of physical and mental issues. So how much sleep is enough sleep? Well, if you're between the ages of 18 and 64, the answer is 7 to 9 hours. And if you're thinking, I would love to fall asleep, but I just can't fall asleep, then no worries. My next video is for you, and it will cover tips on how to fall asleep and stay asleep. So make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you don't miss out on that video. Number 13, practice mindful meditation daily. Aside from sleep, mindful meditation is the most effective type of rest to help prevent burnout and help your mind recover from challenging and stressful tasks. There's many ways you can meditate, but the simplest way is to just get comfortable, focus on your breathing, and let your thoughts come and go without holding on to them. If it's your first time meditating, I recommend starting with as little as 1 to 5 minutes and increasing the time as you get more comfortable. It's important to note here that the benefits of just 5 minutes of mindful meditation daily far outweighs the benefits of 30 minutes of meditation once a week. 14. Eat a variety of whole foods. Whole foods are unprocessed or minimally processed foods that are grown on plants, trees, fruits, etc. Whole plant-based foods are packed with many essential nutrients and are the cleanest ways to get the energy that you need for the day. Examples of these foods are fruits, vegetables, lentils, beans, grains, oats, nuts, and seeds. The important thing here is to get a variety of these items into your diet and to keep it colorful. So if you don't like kale, use another green vegetable like broccoli or green peppers. And if you're allergic to strawberries, choose another red fruit like tomatoes or cherries. So now that we've gone over the 14 things you can do to improve performance and avoid burnout, it's time to reveal the one key ingredient that is necessary to unlock their full potential. It's self-awareness. One of our biggest performance fails is a lack of self-awareness. So make sure to take time in the mornings to visualize your big picture. Practice mindful or guided meditations or read a book that motivates and inspires you for the day. Reflect on all the things that may be frustrating you and all the things that you're grateful for. And right before bed, think of all the little things you've accomplished that day and be proud of yourself for getting to where you are now. I hope you found this video helpful. Hit the like button to help more people find these tips so that we can all reach our full potential and leave the world a better place. See you next time.